Okay, so my rent, put rent in there. $12.50. Car.
And we're gonna put that under.
Hey guys, and welcome back to Little Brett, but you know what time it is. So much guys about Brett and Olivia. If you're new to the channel, make sure you do me a favor, do yourself a favor, make sure you like, share, subscribe, click on the bell button for notification of the uploads. And for those of you who are returnees, well, you already know what it is. You got the minerals, you got the minerals. Yeah, 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 yes. What can we say about Brett? I think the usual things we can say about Brett. Obviously, Brett is very much hung up on the finances situation, right? He wants to see it sorted, yeah? So this is why, even when he's talking to the boys, something very interesting about body language. He's the only one standing against the pool table, and he's facing everybody else. And then he begins to tell this story.
Olivia makes substantially more than I do, and I'm very good about budgeting, and she's less so.
And he tells a story about how, you know, Olivia, you know, her spending's a bit mad and da-da-da-da, and the fact that, you know, she doesn't see how he sees things financially, you know. Okay, so you're all right with pretty much blazing your girl amongst the boys, but when it comes to rating your relationship, it's dehumanizing. Okay, sir. I hear you. And so, like, yeah, you know, when it comes to Olivia and Brett, I think they have just different ideas of when it comes to finances. Now, Woody said a very, very good thing. Look, your missus makes more, get over it, you know, and that's it. Because what Brett was trying to do was almost take her down a peg. And he can't do that. Because once you've tasted riches, it's hard to climb down. It's very hard to climb down once you've tasted something exquisite. Like, if you ever had good food before, you will measure every other food according to that food.
Have to compromise. Your wife makes more than you. She likes nicer things. Come to grips with it.
What's really...
Because that's now the new standard and new measure. Same with a way of living. You will always measure the way you live against how you're living. Now, is it an easy solution? No, but it requires two people to come together as one. Okay, and so the whole trying to take her down a peg by saying, if you want to be in an expensive hotel, I can't afford an expensive hotel. But bro, this is what I said to you. If this is where you have to have a real conversation now, right? And Olivia too, you have to have a real conversation. Be like, listen, babe, I don't actually earn as much as you. I can't afford as much as you. But let's work together and let's put the finances in order in the correct way, so that, look, you may have to contribute a bit more, and I'm not comfortable with that. But because you earn more, 3 times more. And in order to make this work so we can go on these holidays, can you contribute more? That's it. Yeah? Not, I'm going to take you down a peg, and what you said you want to be in a 4-star restaurant, a 4-star hotel, I'm going to take you down to a 2-star hotel. It's like, yo, it don't have to be like that.
Afford that. We're going to have to go to, like, the 2-star and 3-star hotel. We can't go to the 5-star hotel. And that's what she's used to. So, we'll see.
If you work it out properly, if you be sensible, right, and start communicating, this can happen. Alright, and it's interesting because obviously Olivia went to her friend, and obviously again the way she told the story to her friend about you know, the fact that, you know, she was told that obviously she doesn't know how to budget, is how she said that story to her friend. Like, she said it. It's funny how when we take stories, we take it to this absolute worst. So like, oh, he told me that I didn't have to budget. He told me I didn't know nothing about budgeting. He told me, like, do you know what I mean? Like, to make it extra, right? That's how we do things. It's normal human being behavior. But then she made a point that saying, if I want to buy something, I will go.
If I want to go buy something, I don't want to be told that I can't.
Right.
And that's something that I'll have to work on, because it is
Have you
a
said
marriage.
that?
That's the art of somebody who spends and doesn't save very well. What do I mean by that? There is 2 sets of people in this world, spenders and savers, yeah? People who are and probably more people in this world, I just want to say that. But those who are spenders, okay, don't often take account to every penny they make, right? Because they've never had to, right? There's a looseness on their finances. There's a looseness on the way that they issue cash, the way they issue money, right? The way they look at it. And at the moment, the way Olivia looks at finances is that I can spend whatever I want. Like, do you know what I mean? There is no control. There's no budget. There's no determined demarcation of lines, because for her, she's just spending the money. Like that. At the end of the day, I've got it, so I'm going to spend it. I want to live my life, you know, day by day, and you can, right? You can. You're allowed to, right? You're living in one of the best areas that you can live in that area, that city as well. You can, if you want to. Yeah. So I get that, but that whole if I want to buy it, I can, is an attitude in itself. It's a mentality, which is that you don't like being restrained, and that's because you don't like being told what to do, and that comes oftentimes because of an independent spirit. You know, you've got a free independent spirit, and that's nothing wrong with that. It just doesn't work very well when you're in a team. I know, because I'm a free independent spirit myself. It just doesn't work too well when you're in a team. You have to learn how to compromise. And, you know, kudos to her. You know, she went and did a budget with Brett later on. Yeah, she went and did a whole budget with Brett and spoke about the issue in regards to in regards to, obviously they broke down how much she pays for red, how much she pays for this, how much she pays for that, how much she pays for this, right? And she broke it all down, and then she said, listen, look, okay, I've got money left over. You can.
Who's cocky?
My out to eat budget can turn into like entertainment fun budget for us. Because clearly I won't have to go out to eat as much because
Put that into the entertainment budget, etc., into what we can go and do something. That's all that needs to happen, you know. That was all that needed to happen. That is a solution to their problems. Yeah, and he just needs to chill. Okay, she spent money on this and that, but she wants to do these activities. So what do? You have to compromise. And she's done that by saying, okay, look, I will shift some money from this pot into this pot, and we can go and do the entertainment. She spoke about we can go to the zoo, we can do this, it doesn't cost much, blah, 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 right? And there's nothing wrong with that. Absolutely brilliant. That's a solution. That's a compromise. And now he can't chat wuss. Yeah, what's the problem now? Yeah? You're going to find out the problem isn't the money. The problem is that you don't do things. Can I be honest? The issue isn't the money. The issue is you don't do this.
I love to go bowling. Like to the point where I want a bowling shirt so it looks like I'm good.
What would the name of your bowling team be in a perfect world?
I've never thought about that.
Really? It has to be a bowling.
And so now you're out of your comfort zone also, as well as now you don't financially have the capability. But the truth of the matter is, if you have a desire to do something, it's not that you have the money to do it necessarily, but you find other ways to do what you're doing. Yeah? For instance, right now, I don't earn enough money on YouTube to go and buy a brand new Mark III or Mark II, go and spend $3-4 grand on a camera. Yeah? So I work with the camera I spent £500 with for now. Right? So I found a way because I desire it. The problem is he doesn't desire activities. So it's not about the money. It's the fact he doesn't desire it. You feel me? That's completely different. You understand? So that desire is what kicks the storm, the movement. Trust me. Alright, cool. And interesting enough with Brett, again, he came off a bit douchey in his episode. Like, again, like, the words you use are quintessential. The tone you use, quintessential. The attitude you say it with, quintessential. So when you're talking to your boy and telling him about the fact that, you know, this girl doesn't budget, and you felt a bit of a way that Pastor Cal was asking these hard questions in an hour or so.
Let's talk about every single major marital problem at once.
Okay.
A little bit of a move, yeah, if I'm being honest.
You know what you signed up for, number one. Number two, it's not Pastor Cal's fault that you and your missus are having problems. It's not Pastor Cal's fault that when he asks a question you don't have an answer for. This is not his fault. It's not his fault. You knew that. You knew that. You understand? So, for me, I'm looking at it going, okay, bro, I hear what you're saying. I get that there's some madness here, yeah. But have some decorum, bro. When you're making a joke, you're doing Pastor Cal on me, you know what I'm saying? Pastor Cal was doing a bit of this, that. Bro, it's not Pastor Cal you should be angry at. Angry at yourself, okay? That you couldn't stay calm enough to listen well and then respond, okay? And so his friend made a point. I think it's a very good point. The friend said, listen, are you sure it's to do with actually... Are you sure it's actually to do with the fact that, you know what... No, that said, the friend of mine said, listen, look, bro, like, at the end of the day, fam, she wants to do what she wants to do, right? She wants to do what she wants to do. She wants to live day by day. Maybe you
Yep. It's a little bit of a misconstruement there. But, you know, at the same, like, living in the moment, too. Like, you know, having fun while you can, right? Is that part of it?
And he kind of hinted that Brett should maybe consider living day by day, because Brett's a very methodical, very linear person. You know, he's focused on building his net worth, etc., etc. That's fine, but you do have to live a little. Bro, let me tell you something. I've been there. I know what he's talking about. I know what Brett's are like. Yeah? I know what Brett's are like. You don't like not having money. You don't like not being able to do certain things whenever you want to do it. You budget everything. I budget everything, yeah? And it gets to a point where you stop living, yeah? Because you don't have that spontaneity. You don't want to do anything spontaneous because it's outside of your zone of finances. But you got to find a way to you got to find a way to allocate part of your budget into expenses of entertainment, bro. But the thing is, you don't have a desire for it, so you won't do it. Okay, you don't live day to day, like you don't live day to day like her. You don't want to be. You don't want to do that because it takes you out your comfort zone again. You know, and then he kind of hinted again with a that there's red flags about the fact that Olivia doesn't budget the way he does. And I get it, again, I get it. It's just the way he did it, again, delivered it. It's not my forte. It really isn't my forte.
I mean, she does. And there is an issue with priorities what we do with our money. So I live by a budget.
About building wealth, retirement, paying off his house. She's about expensive trips, going out to eat, etc. Now, let me be very, very frank with you. £500 on going out to eat. Sis, you pay £1,200 on rent.
Okay, so my rent, put rent in there. $1,250. Car.
And we're gonna put that under.
You could have had a whole mortgage by now, baby. You know what I'm saying? You could have had a whole mortgage by now, baby. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could have had that, but you ain't had it, sis. Right? And that's because you're allocating the funds on the wrong way. Now, here's the thing, okay? She really said that obviously she's allocating those funds to entertainment and going out, etc. with him, right? Cool. But here's the thing, my guy, you know, don't make it as if you are better off than the person. The person may not be able to budget very well, but again, I keep saying it, Brett. He had a position to say, let me help you. Let me help you do this thing, right? Because at the end of the day, when he started, it's funny because when he started telling her, right, at the dinner table, saying, listen, if you just change one thing, her face went storm. She was not about it, right? Like, her face was saying, I'm not about this life. And I can understand it because when someone's telling you what to do, it's not a nice feeling, right? When you're an independent spirit and someone's telling you what to do, it's not a nice feeling. So I get it. But, you know, again, she saw sense in the fact that obviously, okay, cool. Still, I'm going to try and make this work, right? Obviously, he cooked the food, the lovely food. What I didn't like is the fact that, listen, she was saying, oh, this is really good food. And again, the sarcasm, I can't deal with it, bro. I can't deal with it, bro. Accept the compliment. Say, thank you, you know, I appreciate that. You know, yeah. Keep your little bants, whatever. Oh, yeah, I know it's good. It just, again, it came off arrogant and just, it's just not pretty, bruv. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't like watching them kind of things there. You feel me? So, yeah, guys, I'm gonna love you and leave you on that one. I'm gonna let you digest that one. Let us know your thoughts down below as well. Appreciate